If I were a hungry butterfly, I'd ricochet off the air looking for colorful flowers. But if that's all I did to find nectar, I might just about starve. Because members of the order Lepidoptera, butterflies, skippers, moths, use 4 of their 5 senses to find food. They can barely hear, but that deficiency doesn't matter because it's not like flowers make a lot of noise. So scratch hearing as a tool and move on to the sense of smell. Their feelers bounce and twiddle, sniffing out the richest sources of nectar, because their sense of smell resides in their twitchy little antennae. We can identify with smelling something sweet, but how about being able to feel sweetness nearby? Because butterflies and moths can do that. You know that static electricity can make the hairs on your arms stand up? Well, nectar-rich flowers put out a positive electrical charge that makes the hairs on a butterfly's body stand on end. And there's a lot more hair on that body than you might think. Now, once a butterfly lights on a bloom, it tastes it with its feet. Butterflies all have taste buds in their front pair of feet. And before you decide that that's about as appealing as having someone's feet in your soup, just remember that their feet have to touch the stuff that needs tasting anyway. And being insects, they've got 4 extra legs to support them while they use the front pair to sample the... Wait, this painted lady butterfly is missing its front pair of legs. Well, not really, though. The painted lady's one of quite a few species, including common buckeyes and monarchs, that are called brush-footed butterflies. Like the painted lady, this monarch only shows us 4 legs. That's because brush-footed butterflies tuck their extremely short front pair of legs in on the frontal area. You can see the line in its hairs where its right front leg is. Those tucked-in legs that end in tiny brushes can be extended to tell the bug how much sweetness is packed into this lantana's nectar. Apparently, the verdict on this bloom was, yum. All this sensory input, from antennae that smell nectar to hair that stiffens from a flower's electrical charges and feet with taste buds, it all culminates with the bug's amazing compound eyes. The butterfly uses some of its 6,000 lenses to scan the skies for predators, even as others of its 6,000 lenses show it each tiny floret. Now, because this painted lady doesn't look down to watch where that proboscis is going, it might remind you of the way a blind person taps a cane. Yeah, well, the reason we might interpret it that way is that we humans, when we look down, bend our heads to see the ground. But that butterfly might as well be wearing a neck brace, so disinclined is it to tilt its head. In fact, it is wearing a neck brace. Butterflies don't have bones in their bodies, they have exoskeletons. And anyway, it doesn't need to bend its head. I can see every teensy detail, it says, out of a couple thousand lenses that line the bottom of my eye. So the butterfly sees exactly where the proboscis is going and nails one floret after another with almost sewing machine efficiency. Part of its accuracy comes from seeing in ultraviolet light, which makes colors pop in a way that we can scarcely even imagine. Their world is as vivid as a kaleidoscope at a disco party. Besides enriching colors, ultraviolet gives the edges of objects sharper definition. So each floret leaps at the butterfly's eyes, and its proboscis pumps up and down in a slit, sucking the nectar from them. It's a life full of smoothies. When they're not eating, they curl up those party horns. Zip. Other insects can't do that. You can see that this bee's proboscis is hinged. Besides feeding on nectar, males also drink from mud puddles. They do it to get minerals and vitamins that plants don't offer. But what they really like is slurping from bird poop and cow pies, rich sources of fluids with minerals and vitamins. Really? You're thinking, I'll take tap water, no contest. And a butterfly feels the same way. No contest. This one sat guzzling poop for half an hour. The males pass those minerals and vitamins along to any females they mate with. So, considering its part in their sex life, they might think of eating poop as like putting champagne on ice for a hot date.